And that misses. And we are underway. A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
The shortstop takes the ball. Check swing, went around. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Swings through it, and that's a strike. Here's one. On Soto.
I thought this was a fun note on Soto. In 2023, he hit home runs in Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. I don't think it matters where Soto plays. He's going to hit home runs everywhere he goes.
Strike 2.
It's a good changeup to hit up in the zone. I don't think he recognized it. I'm sure he'd love to have that one back.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's the veteran first baseman, Pete Alonso. This one in the air, center field. Bellinger under this one. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And we go to the bottom of the first. Here's the Yankees catcher now. Swings and misses, went with the sweeper.
0-1.
Way out front for strike 2. And there's a ball.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
And a swing and a miss. Now 1 away. Aaron Judge at the plate.
Yeah, we in go mode.
Right through there for a strike. Senga. He has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. Could be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. Relay throw to second. Not going to get him. He's in there. And here comes Bellinger.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence grows with the players and teammates playing behind him that when things get a little rough out there, they know he'll find his way through it.
A bunt, and it's right in front of the plate. Scoops it up barehanded. They score a run thanks to the infield single. Man at first with 1 gone. Here's Paul Goldschmidt. That's in for a strike. How much of the ability to do that in a tight spot is the mental approach?
I think it's very much being able to have a laser-like focus, slow everything down, stay right in that moment, pitch to pitch execution, and focusing on that catcher's mitt.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's 2 away. Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. That one's in there. That's strike 1. There's a swing and a drive. That's back there. Out of here. That one felt good. And they tack on to it. It's 3-0. So up next, Anthony Volpe.
They're about
that
to
one is
quit.
in for a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
Set to 100%.
They tried to get him to chase on a slider. That's inside. And a count 2-1.
They've got him working a little harder in this first frame than he anticipated.
Late with the swing there.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. Tosses to first. That
Vaya. 3-run homer on GOAT. Come on, man. Welcome back to me.
And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. Here's Brandon Nimmo. Max Fried will go to work.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
And it stays fair.
That can be a really tough pitch to handle, a front door breaking ball, but he did a great job staying in there, keeping that front shoulder closed. He didn't spin off the ball and hook it foul, which happens so many times.
Mark Vientos now at the plate as he swings through strike one. Fried throws to first, and he's back safely. Vientos in his second season, 25 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2017. On the ground, could be 2. On to first, 1 out in the second. Here's Jesse Winker. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
0-1.
Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone.
That's a ball.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Maximus notches the K. And here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1 ball, no strike.
Breaking ball misses down and away. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the top of the second. Late on that fastball.
Well, he came right at it right there, challenged him with the 2-0 fastball. Not sure exactly what he was looking for, but got to imagine that's a confidence booster on the mound. You're in that hitter's head a little bit.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
I would throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Back in the Bronx, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And stepping in for the Yankees, Jason Dominguez.
Filling up the strike zone hasn't been the problem so far. It's the quality of the strikes. That's been the real issue. And you look at the first inning, that's what we saw. Too many pitches out over the plate.
Bunting for a hit, he pops it up. On the run, sends it over to first. Nicely done for the out. Next is the designated hitter, Ben Rice. Swing and a miss. 1 out, base is empty. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Goes down swinging. Kodai Senga picks up the strikeout. And now Oswaldo Cabrera just missed. Swings through that one for strike 1.
1-1.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. Nimmo brings it in, and that's the inning. Here at New Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, top half of the 3rd inning, and now here's Jeff McNeil. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1. When you look at the Yankees and think about all those retired numbers, in fact, no more single digits are available with the exception of 0. Chris, what stands out to you?
For me, it kind of explains why I wore number 80 in spring training with the
Volume
Yankees.
set to 99%.
I wasn't going to make the team. You look at it, it is pretty difficult, if you would say, as a guy that gets drafted or signs with that team, to think of, man, how am I going to get comfortable with the new number? Because there's not many options left.
So many great players have played for the Yankees, the likes of Gehrig and Ruth and DiMaggio and Mantle. And then the other retired numbers that really represent the most recent path of success, led, of course, by number 2, Derek Jeter.
Yeah, and obviously the one that stands out the most is that number 2. So many people familiar with the iconic shortstop, Derek Jeter, and the championships that the Yankees won while he was team captain. Just impressive, but no question about it. The history and all of the legacies of the New York Yankees players over the years is very dynamic.
Swings and misses. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. Back to the top of the lineup. Here's the Mets leadoff man, Francisco Lindor. Swing and a miss. 0-1. I think it's one of the best all time. An art student at UW-Eau Claire created it. It is super creative, and I think one of the better logos we have in the sport. The 1-1 is fouled off. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes, and the Mets go 1-2-3. Bottom of the inning, and here is Austin Wells. Senga back to work. And there's a strike.
0-1.
Just missed.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it, so that's a good take by him.
Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. It's Aaron Judge now. A double and a run scored his first time up, and a swing and a miss.
You know, Boog, Judge is one of those guys that leaves his mark on everything he does. Yes, he's great at baseball, but he's also known for working with charities and in his community. He's a special human, no doubt about that.
Caught him looking for the K. 2 down, bases empty. Here comes Cody Bellinger. First offering misses badly for ball 1.
This is important. If he can go 1-2-3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
2-1.
Swings and misses. 2-2. 2 outs, bases empty. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Back in New York. Now, Juan Soto. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field.
Well, these Mets, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. They've gone down on strikes at a high rate today, so it's probably time to simplify the approach and just find ways to put the ball in play.
Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. Wells down to first. Soto beats it to the bag and reaches on the strikeout. Here's Pete Alonso. Fly to center his first time. Late on that fastball.
Well, strike 1 is so critical in a bat like this with a real threat at the plate looking to do damage.
Swing and a miss. There's the changeup. That one outside. And it's 1-2. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Got him swinging. For the second. So 2 down now, and here is Brandon Nimmo. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1.
1 strike.
Check swing, and he held up.
That's big right there, being able to check your swing. Think about the count swing. Instead of 0-2, he's sitting 1-1 against a really good arm.
1-10.
Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Ready to go, bottom 4. Now here's the Yankees cleanup hitter, Paul Goldschmidt. Swings and misses. It's 0-1.
For you growing up in New York City, I mean, you're a big sports fan. Tell me about your experience with the Yankees growing up.
I really went to Shea Stadium more than I did to Yankee Stadium. I grew up a Phillies fan. There was one game, though, that I went to as a kid. I sat in the...
I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Chisholm now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Swing and a miss as he was late that time. And a sac bunt here. Lindor, that's one. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. Anthony Volpe stepping in now for the Yankees. Got it started a little too early. Strike one. Singing 4 homers in 22 games at Old Yankee Stadium. What do you remember?
Well, I remember my rookie year hitting 2 in one game.
Caught in a rundown now.
So I went into the game. I happened to hit 2 when I walked into the store the next day, and he looked at me and said, "You're trying to put me out of business, aren't you?" And that was a great experience.
Look out, almost got him upstairs. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. So did Super Joe give you 2 suits?
Super Joe hooked me up with 2 suits.
And a pitch. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Back in the Bronx. New inning getting started. Here's the third baseman, Mark Vientos. Swings through that one.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
A little out front there as he swings through it. Strike 3, and now 6 strikeouts in a row. So digging in, Jesse Winker. His first at bat was a strikeout. Strike 1.
These hitters have been very aggressive early in the count, but when you're down, you might want to be a little more patient. Take some pitches, see if you can extend those at bats and get some base runners on.
And 1-2.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Another one, and that makes it 7 consecutive strikeouts. 2 outs, base is empty. And now the catcher comes up to him, Francisco Alvarez. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Well, this guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
And a swing and a miss. That one missed. Started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, no swing. Earl Hendricks with the call. And that's ruled a swing. Back at Yankee Stadium.
Two outs and runners at first and second. Digging in for the Smokies, number 26.
Like, what's in there? How about we just tone it down, then go back to where you came from?
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Today's game is brought to you by Sudsy Susie's Body Wash, offering new scents like oak, rhubarb, and floor polish. Brooks really needs to start making more contact. Almost 3 strikeouts per game over the last 5. Comes up empty on the swing, 0-2 now. That's some great arm action from him to sell the changeup. Winds, kicks, here's the pitch. Swings through it for the K. And quickly one away in the second inning. So one gone with the bases loaded here. Coming to the dish for Knoxville, James Triantos. The 0-1. Line drive. Base hit. 1 run is in. The second run scores. Gets the job done as he brings home a pair. Great job to step through that and line it the other way for a knock. That's the kind of thing hitters work on consistently, and he's turning that work into in-game success. That one hammered but pulled foul. Here comes the
Ball.
This one lifted to center field. Bateman. 1 down.
The second baseman, Tyler.
Batting order turns over. Next up for the Smokies, Ed Howard. Ground ball to short. Nice stop. Throws from the seat of his pants. Here's one. To first, not in time. Great effort there. One gone and a runner on at first. At the plate, Ben Brooks. Swinging a drive deep left field, pretty far back there. Out of here. Second one here. It's he came up looking for something to drive, found it right away, and put a great swing on it. Ambush tactics. All set for the start of this inning. Stepping to the plate for Chattanooga, Ben Brooks. Hit pretty well in the air out to center. This one pretty far back. Hauls it in. There's one away.
Man.
Almost got the inning started with a bang on that fastball. I'm sure he wishes he could have put that over the wall. He was a difference maker for them in this one. They took the loss, but he did a nice job to contribute.
I'm about to shake up the system. I'm about to do something different. I'm about to change up the game. They can't look away. There's no...
It's 6 o'clock, I'm hopping out of the bed. Rain falling, calling X, but my phone line's dead. I guess my bills ain't paid. No ride to work for the day. Second option, hop the bus, but it's a traffic delay. My boss, cause I'm running late and ain't no excuse when I'm about to be 22 without a whip I can swoop.
So digging in, Ben Brooks. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon.
drive him in for us. We need you. Here you go.
That's the ball.
Next pitch in for a strike. Power approach on the mound here. Nothing but fastballs in this AB. Got the strikeout. And 2 away.
Come on.
So with 1 away, the bases are loaded. Now it's the shortstop, Rayvaj Garcia. Base hit. 1 run is in. Another comes in to score. Now the tag at second, and he's out trying to stretch it into a double. 2 down and a runner at second base. Brooks now at the plate. Went deep in last night's ball game.
Hey, we need you right here. Here you go now.
Foul ball there. We're here in the top half of the 3rd. Runner at second, 2 down.
That's inside ball.
That clips the corner. Two balls, 2 strikes, the count with 2 away. What a take with 2 strikes. Very high with that one. Davis Wenzel waiting for a turn at the plate. Payoff pitch. And ball 4. 2 aboard.
Ball 4.
Here's the 3rd baseman, Davis Wenzel. Such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Keeps the heart rate low, maintains focus, and doesn't shift approach in run-scoring opportunities. What an asset in the lineup. Pops it up to the right side of the infield. Triantos drifting towards this one. And that will retire the side. 2 left on. Bases are empty with 2 away. And here's the first baseman, Ben Brooks. Brooks stands at 6 foot even, only 18 years old, and he's knocked in 8 runs over his last 10 games. Fly ball out to left field, on the move to the right. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Today's action is brought to you by Hack and Slash Landscaping, offering Ultra Grass, the grass they don't want you to have. Heller goes 6 feet 3 inches. He works with a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a curve, and he works in a changeup. This one in the air, center field. And a quick out, number 1. 2 out and a runner in scoring position. Stepping to the plate for Chattanooga, Ivan Johnson. Bounce to first, this should do it. Steps on the bag, ball game. Might be time to get in an extra session or 2 in the batting cage. He can do much better than this, and they need that.
And this one right here, I dedicate this one right here to all my homies out there grinding. You know what I'm saying? Legally and illegally. You know what I'm talking about? So, check it out. First got it when he was 6, didn't know any tricks. Matter of fact, first time he got on his slip, landed on his hip and busted his lip. For a week he had to talk with a list like this. Now we can end the story right here, but shorty didn't quit. It was something in the air, yeah. He said it was something so appealing, he couldn't fight the feeling. Something about it, he knew he couldn't doubt it, couldn't understand it. Branded since the first kick flip, he landed. Labeled a misfit, a bandit. Cocoon, cocoon, cocoon. His neighbors couldn't stand it, so he was banished to the park. Started in the morning, one stopped after dark. Yeah, when they said it's getting late in here, so I'm sorry, young man, there's no skating here. So we kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. And away he rode, just a rebel to the world with no place to go. And so we kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. So come and skate with me, just a rebel looking for a place to be. So let's kick and push and coast. My man got a little older, became a better roller. Yeah, no helmet, been on killing himself, is what his mama said. But he was feeling himself, got a little more swagger in his style. Met his girlfriend, she was clapping in the crowd. Love is what was happening to him now. He said I would marry you, but I'm engaged to these aerials and varials, and I don't think this board is strong enough to carry two. She said, bow, I weigh 120 pounds. Now, let me make one thing clear, I don't need to ride yours, I got mine right here. So she took him to a spot he didn't know about, some odd in the apartment parking lot. She said, I don't normally take dates in here. Security came and said, I'm sorry, there's no skating here. And so they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. And the way they roll, just lovers intertwined with no place to go. And so they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. So come and skate with me, just a rebel looking for a place to be. So let's kick and push